In episode 3 of Zero to Hero, we will be going through everything that is artifact related, everything that you will need to know in order to understand the artifact system, how to obtain them, the best practices you can do, and without further introduction, let's get started. What's up, guys? MEOWER here, back with a brand new video. In continuation of the series Zero to Hero, where we go through every single detail of the game and lots of tips and tricks regarding every single aspect and the best practices you can do in order to succeed, maximize your account progress, and all that good stuff, we will be going through the artifacts. Now, artifacts are one of the most unique things in Call of Dragons that separates it from other games. Artifacts are special items that you can equip to your heroes that either provide extra stats and share an active skill as well. There are many types of artifacts, but mainly they boil down to the following. There are pure attack artifacts, there are supportive artifacts, such as the Tiara of Arbon. There are specific garrison artifacts, specific offense artifacts, and there are specific utility artifacts, such as Staff of the Prophet, which kind of does some teleportation and all that good stuff. I will be dissecting every single method to get artifacts with, which artifacts works well with what type of troops, and the overall best artifacts in the game that are a must-have in order for you to succeed in Call of Dragons, and whether if it's the open field or PvE aspects that you want to maximize your efficiency in. So, in order to equip an artifact, let's see, we will use Husk as an example. You see this little plus sign in the character in the commander screen. You click it and then you select which artifact you would like to equip. For example, Husk is a rally leader, so I'm going to equip for him Bloodbane Banner, which is a rally artifact. But he's in the field, so I can't really equip it right now. That's a little bit awkward. So we'll use Atheist instead, since he is in my city. So I can just equip him with whatever artifact I would like to use on him. So I use Freezing Ring. I don't really use Atheist, but you get the general idea on what to use. There are specific artifacts related to each type of troops. There is a marksman artifact, there is a mage artifact, there is cavalry artifact, there is infantry artifact, and finally there is gathering artifact. The utility artifacts are separate because they work with most type of troops. They don't really have a specific troop related to. So for example, there is a utility item such as the Breath of Korada or Korada's Wrath, which is a peacekeeping artifact, but peacekeeping artifacts in general are not that good right now as it is. Maybe they could use a buff or two, but after some certain progress point, you already wipe the floor with anything related to PvE, so you don't really need specific PvE peacekeeping damage. Now, and there's also specific related to magic, but it's a mobility utility. Artifacts such as Staff of Prophet, etc. You can also see every single artifact in the game from this UI user interface. When you click the plus sign here and then you click replace, you can scroll all the way down to see every single artifact. Now I'm missing a few artifacts such as Breath of Gigantus, Springfield Feather, Heart of Kazmai, Wolf Woman of Haler, strange name, Infernal Flame, Dragon Rift, and finally Visage of the Sanctus. Visage of the Sanctus is the only flying unit artifact in the game at the moment. Now, where can you obtain artifacts? Right now, as it is, there are two methods to obtain artifacts from the tavern, the regular Universal Artifact Compodium, and there is a Forge of Light event that pops up around 3 to 4 days before the Strongest Lord event right now, but since there is no actual calendar, I can't really say for sure, but that's the pattern from what I've noticed. Plus, there is the end of season Artifact Compodium, of which you get from seasonal rewards. You get access to the um, Anointed Artifact Compodium, which shows the type of artifacts you can get here. There is the Conqueror, which shows also the type of artifacts you get here, and there is the Enduring artifact, which shows here. And these three need 30,000 gems in order to guarantee at least 2 legendary artifacts, When you're pulling here, you can see the probability. Now, the probability is pretty decent. Plus, there is a pity system where it guarantees you epic or legendary every 10 draws. And there is a soft pity as well that guarantees you a legendary every single 90 draws. So you are always guaranteed to get artifacts no matter what happens, just over time, pretty much. And now, where can you get the universal keys? You can get them from events, login rewards, the daily deals, I think. No, from the monthly pack where you get the Keystone Copper and the regular Universal Artifact key. The Keystone Copper, you need 600 in order to get a key. You can also buy it from the pack here, Treasures of Tamaris. And the Forge of Light is also a pack that pops up here. You can get keys from the VIP shop, up to 20 a week for 300 gems each, totaling 20 keys for 6,000 gems, which is pretty decent considering it's 50% off. You can get also from the Goblin Market, but the Goblin Market right now is not showing for me. Plus, you can scrap the artifacts that you don't use in order to buy exchange them here from Universal Artifact keys or the Forge of Light keys. You're allowed up to 5 keys from the Forge of Light a week and 10 keys from the Universal. Plus, every time you kill a brand new level of dark creatures, you're guaranteed a Universal Artifact key, which is up to 20, not 24, not 25, sorry about that, from level 7 all the way to level 25. So you're guaranteed around 17, 17 or 18. You're guaranteed around 18, yeah. You're guaranteed around 18 Universal Artifact keys from here. And, well, I will now tell you the best artifacts in my opinion. Now, the top tier artifacts for Legendary, I would say Shadow Blades, 100%, one of the best artifacts in the game. Tear of Arbon is a really good support artifact, but I would not rank it in S tier. I would say Fang of Ashkari is A tier, Tear of Arbon A tier, Shadow Blades S tier, Soul Lens Blade trash, Springs of Silence trash. Both the rally and the garrison artifacts are not that good, and Phoenix Eye also S tier. So let's just revise so you're not lost. Let's just go here. Illustrations, artifacts. Okay, so Shadow Blades, undoubtedly one of the best. Phoenix Eye, one of the best. Greymar's Hammer and Dragon Scale Armor, the best 2 infantry artifacts in the game by far, but this is in terms of legendary. I will be going through epics as well. Viola's Bow is second to Shadow Blades, and the other best mage artifact I would say is Breath of Gargantus due to the defense break it applies. Inferno Flame is a Lilia artifact, but I still prefer Phoenix Eye over it. The rest are not that great. There are just too many better options. As for Cavalry, Kingslayer is the best. Nothing comes close. And Storm Arrows is decent for hit and run, but Soren's Blade is just bad. There's also Fang of Ashkari, which is a good infantry artifact. It kind of applies like an AoE damage around your march, but still, I would prefer Greymar's Hammer and then Dragon Scale Armor and then Fang of Ashkari in that order. Now, moving on to the epics. In terms of the epics, I would say Magic Bomb is the best mage, Heartpiercer the best archer. As for infantry, I would be torn between Butcher's Blade and I think which was the other infantry. Let me double check this so I don't give any bad information. It's just Butcher Blade. So that's the only infantry artifact out there, but it's a damage artifact, which is not that good on infantry. So I would prefer to try to get a better artifact, which gives better stats in terms of defense and such. So there's also the Cloak of Stealth, which is really good when you can stealth your units around, do a lot of hit and run strategies with it. But I think that pretty much summarizes everything that you need to know about artifacts. Each artifact can be used active with having rage needing rage in order to pull it off. So rage generates from combat. There is no set generation. It just depends on which artifact costs how much rage you need in order to cast it. And there are some artifacts that you can use immediately without having a rage cost, such as Wolfpack, um, Geomancy. What else here? The Bounty of Nature. There are some gathering artifacts which are always great in order to maximize all the gathering speed and such. You can also always check the maximum amount of stats an artifact can provide if you go over here to probability and then show max level attributes, which shows you everything that is related to this artifact when it's fully maxed out. At level 60, 6 stars, and level 5, you'll notice that I have 6-star artifacts, unlike some newer servers that don't have it. That's because in SS1-2 is sort of like the unofficial season 1.5, so it unlocks higher tiers of troop capacity and higher tier of artifact, which I will explain further in a different video. But I believe that is everything that you need to know about artifacts. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Meow meow.